Fresh from a magical European night, Juventus now need to switch their sights to domestic matters and Serie A. The bianconeri are buoyed after beating Manchester City here on Wednesday and will now be feeling confident in their quest to halt a run of 3 consecutive league draws as they host rock-bottom Venezia. At the Allianz Stadium, it is Juventus against Venezia. Venezia do arrive, however, carrying some positive momentum tonight after a draw against fellow strugglers Como last time out. But let's switch back to Juventus, with the bianconeri making just 2 changes to the side that defeated Man City, and it's the 2 players who had a big impact off the bench who are rewarded. McKennie, who netted the second versus the Citizens, comes into midfield and replaces Locatelli. Further up the pitch, the man who set up the second, Tim Weah, gets the nod ahead of Conceição. Now there's no place in the starting 11 for Candela, who is replaced by Ellertsson following his unlucky own goal against Como last weekend. Up top, Poyampalo's eager to end his 5-game scoreless streak, and the Finn plays ahead of Buzio and Oristagno. As we said, it's going to be an emotional night for Venezia midfielder Hans Nicolucci Caviglia, who's taking on the club where he made his Serie A debut. Can he now punish his parent club? Juventus in their traditional home strip, the bianconeri, the black and white stripes. Final check from the referee, and we're underway. Venezia playing from right to left. Can they pick up a shock win and stun the bianconeri? Zampano goes to Poyampalo, now Oristagno. Di Gregorio quick off his line. And McKennie winning the foul. This is Idzes and Vlahovic. Got the lift over the wall. Couldn't hit the target though. See the disappointment. Man who's netted 22 goals in all competitions in this calendar year. Vlahovic towards Kenan Yildiz. Kenan Yildiz beyond Zampano. Danilo. And the Cope Miners there. Just couldn't get that decisive touch. Thumbs up from him. Buzio doing perhaps just enough there. And tracking his run as well, so good defensive work from the American. Dangerous ball in from Danilo. Kenan Yildiz, little drop of the shoulder. Towards Vlahovic on the turn. And some desperate defending there from Zverko. Sticking out a leg. Miners curled in, Thuram, and Gatti must score, and he does score! He was a rock at the back against Manchester City midweek, and now some personal glory at the other end of the pitch with his first of the season, his first since April. And for the 7th time this season, Venezia crumble when it comes to defending from corner kicks. For Juventus, just their 2nd goal from a dead ball situation, excluding penalties. Miners with the corner, the flick on by Thuram, and Gatti from close range managed to free himself from Idzes. Man who last season earned a reputation for scoring some big goals. In the derby with Torino, against Fiorentina, against Napoli. And now he's up and running. Danilo given away. Now Poyampalo. And Kalulu felt he was shoved. Way up into his stride. Ellertsson makes the block. Francesco did warn that they can't allow Juventus to dominate the possession, and they can't afford to sit too deep tonight. Ellertsson, Poyampalo, Oristagno. Towards Poyampalo, the nod down, Anderson! Rasping strike, Anderson so close to the equaliser. Lovely football from Venezia, perhaps warranted more. Did Di Gregorio even touch it? Anderson desperately unlucky. Back with Anderson. Buzio, can he finish? Thuram, some desperate defending. Venezia working their way back into the match. Two chances in quick succession. First Anderson and now Buzio. Former Cagliari defender amongst others. Comes on for Svoboda. Limps off. Here goes Oristagno towards Poyampalo. Still with Poyampalo. Blocked by Cope Miners. And then Vlahovic away. Another little heart-in-mouth moment for Juventus. Floodgates certainly haven't opened up. Weah, nice give and go with Cope Miners still. Tim Weah driving forward as he won a corner. Goes appealing, Tim Weah hurt himself in the process. Nice combination play with Cope Miners. Here goes Cope Miners. One stage very much looked like a Oristagno special like last week against Como. Poyampalo's kept it alive. Thuram fails to deal with it. Buzio for Zampano. And then Thuram makes amends. The 45 minutes are up. Oristagno to take. Towards Poyampalo. Headed back across. Altares there. Di Gregorio, was he fouled? He wasn't. We're playing on. Oristagno, can he get beyond McKennie? Oristagno, nice work. Still with Oristagno. Anderson. Thuram away. Zverko. Nicolusi Caviglia combining with Buzio. And there goes the half-time whistle. Juventus lead by a solitary goal. Federico Gatti with his maiden goal of the season. Just before the 20-minute mark, tucking home from close range. Poyampalo and company feel frustrated to be trailing. Di Gregorio will feel relieved that he hasn't conceded because Venezia have had chances, Anderson in particular, hitting the frame of the goal. At half-time, it is Juventus 1, Venezia 0. Hello again and welcome back to the Allianz Stadium, where Juventus currently lead 1-0, thanks to Federico Gatti's first of the season. Venezia can consider themselves unlucky not to be level. Rattling the crossbar, but it's that man there, Federico Gatti, and his close range finish. Plans to the watch from Antonio Juan. We're back underway. Juventus playing from right to left in the second period. Yildiz once again. Vlahovic for Danilo. Danilo will settle for a corner. Curled in by Coat Miners. Thuram jumps up. There's Yildiz! And he's headed it home. He was lauded for his display against Manchester City from pundits at both home and abroad. And now he shows his eye for goal. Not renowned for his aerial prowess, but Kenan Yildiz heading in the second. Once again, it's come from a corner. Once again, Venezia seeing their Achilles heel exploited. The 8th corner they've conceded this term. Hold your horses. Handball by Kenan Yildiz, so the goal ruled out. Won't stand, so the joy short-lived in those dance moves. And that celebration pointless from Kenan Yildiz and company. Kalulu, McKennie, this is promising. Coat Miners towards Vlahovic. Now Thuram, will he shoot? Thuram, curling strike! And Filip Stankovic worried. Getting closer though, Thuram. Still seeking that elusive first goal for the club. His father netted just once for the Bianconeri during his time in Turin. Stagno away from Thuram. Towards Buzio. Nicolucci Caviglia from distance. It was always rising though. Met by a few jeers and whistles by his former supporters. Coat Miners, Vlahovic. McKennie, space opening up. Yildiz now. Still with Yildiz! Stankovic gets down low, makes the save. Vlahovic. Kalulu. Back with Vlahovic. With the pullback. Kalulu now! Well, it would have been a very unlikely goal source, the French defender. Stagno, mazy run, poke through. Anderson, Zampano towards Buzio, and there's the header from Ellertsson! The Iceland international brings Venezia level at the Allianz Stadium. A well-worked team move. Ellertsson ghosting in and headering it home. Juventus just can't seem to get into their stride. Can't seem to kick on. They're pegged back at Lecce. They dropped points last time out against Bologna. And Venezia could well be another team to frustrate Thiago Motta and his Bianconeri. Di Gregorio got a glove to it, wasn't enough. We know who's coming on. So Tim Ware, he comes off. Positive performance midweek here. Setting up the second goal, failed to replicate that tonight. Coat Miners also coming off, so 2 straight swaps. Douglas Luiz, that's nice football. And Vlahovic and Stankovic reflex save from him. Took a big deflection, and Stankovic tips it out behind. Corner for the hosts. Danilo, Vlahovic. Danilo plays it into the path of Kenan Yildiz. Keep an eye on Savona here, gets a touch on it, but it was far too tame. It's not going to trouble Filip Stankovic. Can't get it beyond McKennie though now, Juventus. Thuram carving through this Venezia defence. Vlahovic still stays on his feet. That's some great defending there. Yildiz, Thuram played across the face of the box. Conceição's now lurking. Zampano has to be careful, he's on a yellow card. Conceição. Zampano really recovered well there, wasn't simple. Douglas Luiz committing the foul, not the first time this evening. Nicolucci Caviglia, flicked on and in! It's unbelievable! Venezia have turned it around and they're on course to become the first team to beat Juventus this season in Serie A. Nicolucci Caviglia with the ball in against his parent club. Idzes wheeling away. Idzes, one of those claiming it. Was he onside? Who got that decisive last touch? Jay Idzes will try and claim it. Thuram, Fagioli, Douglas Luiz, now Conceição. Douglas Luiz goes for the spectacular! And he very nearly pulled it off. Is that a sign it's not going to be Juventus' night? Is it a sign that Venezia are on course for a historic result at the Allianz Stadium? Conceição. Kalulu has found a pocket of space. Conceição. Conceição! And there's appeals for a handball from Juventus, and they've got a penalty. Conceição's strike has given Juventus a penalty. Handball in the 3rd minute of added time. Juventus a lifeline, a chance to draw level. And was it Candela who handled? Vlahovic to rescue a point for Juventus deep into added time. Here goes Vlahovic and he slots it home. Juventus make it 2-2. 4th penalty of the season from Dusan Vlahovic, 4 from 4 now. Has words to say to the Venezia defender Jay Idzes, and he goes in the book. The Juventus number 9 still hasn't scored in open play this season at home in Serie A. It's another penalty, 7th overall this term. Referee looks at his watch. That's disappointing from Gatti. For the 2nd week running, Juventus need a late goal, an added time equaliser to rescue a point. The jeers and whistles fly around the Allianz Stadium. The Bianconeri supporters not happy with what they're seeing. It's a 4th successive draw in Serie A for Juventus. It ends here at full time. Juventus 2, Venezia 2.